people still face. And with that visibility, you would hope comes understanding. But understanding which is clearly still not present in some quarters of this university. I also want to acknowledge, however, that visibility comes with a price. And it's often that it's the visibility that can put trans people at risk from those that seek to do you harm. And for some in the community, in particular trans people of colour, that visibility, and in fact that turns into hypervisibility, can lead to more discrimination and violence, and which is a really, really heavy burden to bear. And it's important to acknowledge these hardships and appreciate the sheer strength and resilience that it takes to simply exist in this world as a trans or gender diverse person. And I think you are all amazing, absolutely amazing. So many of you have struggled so hard to get to where you are today. And so many, alongside your own personal struggles, are absolutely committed and working for the rights of other people, working for the rights, the health and the well-being of the trans and gender diverse community. And the work that you do is so important because trans rights are human rights. Rights of trans and gender diverse people to exist, and particularly so in a university that claims to stand up and foster, inclusion and diversity, and claims that it wants to create a safe space for all. And I know that that's what they claim. In fact, in February 2019, my late wife Penny and I were proud to stand alongside the Vice Chancellor at Pride March and launch the Pride in Diversity Group. So we know that that's what they claim. Penny and I both studied at this university. We fell in love at this university until the day she died. Penny was a research fellow at this university. So I've got a huge amount of sadness that my and our alma mater is not living up to what they are claiming to be supporting diversity and supporting inclusion. I mean, they say that it's an issue of academic freedom. And they basically are saying that academic freedom trumps transphobia. But it does not. Just think about what the boundaries for academic freedom are in other spheres. I mean, imagine that we had an academic here that was a white supremacist, that basically said that in their view, white people were superior to black people. And in their view, that it would be fine to run a website that basically asked white people to submit stories of how they were offended by black people. I mean, imagine at this university if we had an academic that basically ran a website that asserted that Christianity was the one true religion and invited people to submit articles as to how other faiths have offended them. These things would not be permitted, and they should not be permitted with the transphobia that is being expressed by one particular academic at this university. They should not allow this university to use its resources, its status, to be promoting transphobia and to be running a website that asserts that trans women don't exist. These views are wrong. They are hurtful. They are bigoted, and they should not be. They've got no place in our society, let alone at a university that preaches diversity. So I want to say it loud and clear. Trans women are women. Shame! I'm sorry, babe. Penny used to say to me that she just didn't get it. She could not understand why people got so worked up about people who had the experience in their life of their gender identity not lining up with the sex that they were assigned at birth. She couldn't accept that, she couldn't understand why people couldn't just accept that that was people's lived reality and accept that that was okay. So, I really want to give, I've met so many other trans people, including many of you in this crowd, who think likewise. And I want to shout out to you all. I want to shout out to the bloke that I sat next to at dinner on Monday night, who looked absolutely awesome in his suit. And it wasn't until I got home and was sort of reading my Twitter stream that I found out that it was the first time he actually worn a suit out to dinner since he had been transitioned as a man. I want to shout out to the two co-conveners of the Greens in Victoria, Effie Eldon and Nissa Sims, who are doing amazing work. They're working hard every day to be fighting for the shared values and to be pushing for the much needed change that we need to see in our country. I want a big shout out to all the young people in particular and all of you here who are so proud in expressing and in being out and open with your gender identity, expressing your gender identity, being who you are, whether you're trans, whether you're non-binary, gender fluid, and gender diverse.
Don't be inspired to do something. Gosh.
And a big shout out to my friend Michelle McNamara, who is here. There she is. Okay, who has given her all trying to make this university to realise and take them to task and to get them to see that their acceptance of the transphobia that masquerades as academic freedom helps make this campus bloody unsafe for many trans and gender diverse people who don't feel supported by their university, and that is tragic and it needs to change. And that's why this event today is so important, and particularly on Trans Day of Visibility. So I want to finish by expressing my wholehearted support for the aim of this rally. I'll let you know, Holly Lawford-Smith actually emailed me yesterday asking me to not appear at this rally because I would give it legitimacy. And I politely emailed her back and said, yep, I'm appearing. And that we would just have to disagree in our views. So I want to wholeheartedly support the aims of this rally, to call on the university to stop promoting transphobia, to condemn the No Conflict They Say website, and to stop hiding behind academic freedom to justify transphobia. Free speech does not extend to hate speech. Thank you for inviting me to be here with you today, and I look forward to keep on working with you until we win, until this journey towards equality is over, until we have reached equality, and that we actually reach our destination where everyone of all sexes, all sexual orientations, all gender identities are celebrated and supported in the ways that we all deserve. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Janet. I am going to pass over now to Brittany, who we heard from before, but we're going to have some more lovely words.
Also, just before I begin, if anyone yells at me, I will stand up here and cry. So just let's feel nice to me for a second. Alright, so I'm Brittany Henderson. I'm a Wiradjuri person. I am from the Blue Mountains, Albury Wodonga area, New South Wales. I don't usually introduce my pronouns purposefully. I don't really know, can't really give you a stable pronoun that I don't change. But Brittany works well, it's served me well for 20 years, so when in doubt, call me Brittany. Before today, a lot of people asked me what I was going to talk about. And